Mr. Chairman, committee members, I'm Bishop George Thomas, Thomas. I'm the Roman Catholic bishop from the Diocese of Helena, and today I'm speaking on behalf of our diocese and the Diocese of Great Falls Billings, and representing the approximately 175,000 Catholic citizens in the state of Montana. Prior to my return to Montana 5 years ago, I served for 13 years as the chaplain to a 1,800-bed maximum security jail in downtown Seattle, and was also chairman of the board for Catholic Community Services, the largest social services provider in Washington State. It was during that time in Seattle that I had regular and sustained contact with inmate populations and their families, along with victims of violent crime who often turned to the church for comfort and care. My pastoral work also placed me in contact with the legal and mental health communities, with corrections officers and law enforcement, and certainly with legislators like yourselves who want to make decisions that are responsible, informed, and humane. The Catholic Church takes seriously its duty to speak uncomfortable truths when necessary and to embrace positions that go against the prevailing winds of culture and society. This may be the case today. We hold that the Catholic Church holds that all life is sacred, from the moment of conception until natural death, and the vision is predicated on the conviction that God alone is the author of life and God alone is the arbiter of death. We believe that a person's worth is inherent, even when their actions have been subhuman or their decisions inhumane. Our position on the death penalty is also coupled with a very strong sense of solidarity with the victims of violent crime and their families, whose lives are changed forever. We acknowledge that except for other victims of violent crime, none of us can ever appreciate the anguish they have experienced or the struggles they endure on a daily basis. And so we stand in solidarity with them. Our church's position flows from a gospel vision that acknowledges that every person is redeemable and every soul is salvageable. We support and applaud the testimony of crime victims who have warned against the eye for an eye mentality and who desire to break the cycle of violence that is only perpetuated by the death penalty mentality. Their lives are living testimony to the power of restorative justice and underscore the Church's conviction that even the most hardened criminal can experience redemption and a change of heart. This vision of human life prompts us to conclude that the death penalty should be replaced by values that interrupt the cycle of violence and create opportunities for restorative justice, redemption, and healing for everyone. It was Dr. Albert Schweitzer who said that example is not the main thing in influencing others, it's the only thing. The Catholic Church challenges the state's position that you teach killing is wrong by killing others. Such is the message of state-sanctioned homicide, and the moral disconnect between them is apparent and appalling, and it cries out for redress and correction. We hold that dismantling the death penalty machinery in our state in favor of life in prison without parole helps us to address this moral incongruity presented by the death penalty laws now on the books in our state. Finally, we hold that advances in public safety, including penal technology and the intensive management of prison populations, provide the means necessary to make the death penalty dated, obsolete, and unnecessary. We believe that the late Pope John Paul II expresses accurately our moral position, and I quote, "If bloodless means are sufficient to defend human lives against an aggressor and to protect public order and the safety of persons, public authority must limit itself to such means." We hold that these advances are already well in place in the state of Montana. In sum, the Catholic Church in the state of Montana stands in support of Senate Bill 236 to abolish the death penalty in favor of life in prison without the possibility of parole, We hold that this bill secures public safety, promotes restorative justice, provides moral consistency, and helps break the tragic cycle of violence. And so we ask you, members of Senate Judiciary Committee, to favor the higher moral ground presented by SB 236, which will help us promote a culture of life in our great state of Montana. Thank you.